Hey guys, welcome back to Caveman Mining. On today's video, we're going to just jump right into it. We're going to be mining Ergo. And we're going to be mining it on the new 3060 Light Hash Rate Revision 2 card. Okay, so in our previous video, you guys saw that we did the NVMiner version 39.0 hash rate increase up to 70%. So we want to give a chance to see what this card can do on other algorithms. So today's video will be strictly around Ergo, and we'll have a third video of the series around mining Ravencoin. But today, let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to get to this card here, but before we go to it, we're going to go to the flight sheets just so I can show you guys the setup of Ergo. Okay, so I have one already set up. We're just going to go into edit it so we can take a look at the attributes. So the coin itself, you just make sure you select ERG on this long list, and you can use the typing on the keyboard to type it out as well. Make sure you set up a wallet. There are many different services. I'm not going to suggest one over the other. Definitely do your research to see what is secure and reputable. Pools, we are going to use HEROMINERS. It's one of the top, 5-10 pools in terms of hash rate for Ergo, so that's why we're going to choose that. And NanoMiner is going to be the miner configuration, so just take a look at that. Make sure we have auto Lycos as the algorithm. We're going to set the default, which is the wall for wallet argument, the URL for the pool URL, and extra arguments: coin space equals space Ergo, rig name space equals percentage worker name percentage. And with NanoMiner, you're going to see that you have the ability to select a dual coin algorithm. Some people mine ZIL and other coins of that nature, but for the sake of today's video, we're just going to simply use NanoMiner and make sure it is the latest version on here. So we'll always just default to that, but just to be sure we have the latest updates. So we're going to hit apply. We're going to go back into our worker. We're going to select the worker, and we're going to go to erg test and apply. So command is sent. One thing, guys, I've been noticing, I'm not sure if you've all realized this or noticed it in the community, those who have tried to mine Ergo, is things ramp up pretty slowly, okay? Meaning that the miner itself and the hash rate starts off. We're going to take a look at that and just to see. But before we jump to that, let's take a look at this card. We've got the overclocks set here. These are the clocks I want to use to start with for Ergo. So it's going to be minus 502, 2700 watts on the memory, 100% fan, 125 on the power. Okay, so we're going to leave that. Let's go ahead and kick up a Hive shell session. And that way we can actually see the hash rate in the miner start to report accurately and timely. Because if you just leave it on the miner here, you're not actually seeing the shares being captured and accepted. So I always use Hive shell as my source of informational truth. And I don't know, guys, if something is going on with my machine. It is a little laggy here, but bear with me. When you get into shell, the first command is miner and enter. Okay, so you can see NanoMiner is running. That version I told you before is the 3.3.8-CUDA 111. That is the latest version. Okay, and yeah, already starting to gobble up some shares. So no hash rate reported yet, but I am confident that we should see something fairly soon. And that's where I was talking about earlier, that delay. It seems to be like this slowness or this delay with NanoMiner and actually getting that first hash rate to cycle and report. So let's take a look back in here. Still finding shares, but no hash rate reported yet. Is it 26 milliseconds, 25 and 30? We're going to do another refresh on the display, and apologies if I'm driving you guys crazy going back between the screens here, but I am quite impatient. I want to see a share, not a share, but I want to see the hash rate. And I know with NanoMiner and HEROMINER pool, typically we'll get to see something that shows the hash rate on the pool as well, to see that it's mining here on the miner, then it reports the hash rate back to the pool, and you can see this is the server in which we are trying to mine to. So nothing yet. Let me just be sure again I don't have anything like wonky here. Yeah, everything looks generally fine, I guess, but not getting any hash rate. Interesting. Wonder if our clocks are a little bit high. Okay, it looks like it's doing something now. Okay. I guess I'm just not patient enough, or the delay is just, yeah, this delay is just crazy to get that first hash rate. You guys tell me, am I doing something wrong here? But it just seems to be a trend for whatever it is, that this first reported hash rate is quite delayed. So Shell is reporting 114.792. Granite, I think the temperature, ambient temperature in the garage is getting up there. Today is a 96, 97 degree Fahrenheit day, so that could affect it slightly. I know generally, even on hot days, we've got some decent airflow going into the garage, so we usually sit around the mid 80 degree levels, but things start to get a little toasty. So I'm wondering if that has a little bit to do with it. The other thing is, I know if we increase the power, we could probably squeeze a little bit more hash rate out, but I think that I'm okay with this. We can really round this up to about 115 mega hash, so we're just shy and pulling just under 125 watts. Now that is not at the wall. That reading is just within the miner. It's kind of a guesstimate, so we don't have an accurate at the wall reading. So just keep that with a grain of salt. But we're still pulling shares. That is a good sign. Want to tab over now, as I'm going to drive you guys crazy again, to what to mine, okay? And want to look at the return on investment with this particular 3060 light hash rate card, based off of my electricity, based off the power of the card and the hash rate and the pool fee. So let's just round this up to 115 mega hash. We're at 125 watts at 12 cents per kilowatt hour. The cost of this card, the GIBABYTE EAGLE 3060 light hash rate card, is with tax and everything included about $400. So we'll calculate that. And what that does is it gives us about 169 days of a return on investment. So our ROI right there. Okay. So it's a couple months. It's definitely, under a year. It's close to about a half a year. A little bit under in terms of getting the money back for the card. But this card is pretty efficient. And Ergo, the state of Ergo today, right? So let's just look at a 24-hour view. Yesterday, there was more than a $2 increase in value. And since then, we've gone the trajectory down the hill. Since 2:15 a.m. this morning, it just slid down to $16, and we're kind of sitting out there. And again, this trajectory is pretty common because everything seems to follow Bitcoin on the trading schedule and the value, and Bitcoin is kind of, it's up there from where it was, but it sank back down a few $1,000s, and I think that has an effect on some of the other coins. So my simple verdict on this particular card is, if I came across another one of these 3060s, I would absolutely pull the trigger. Now, you guys need to decide for yourselves if that is the case. But if I can achieve this hash rate and get that kind of generalized return on investment, yeah, I'm definitely, looking for more of these cards. One thing I want to do before we end the video is, because we need to compare, okay? We need to compare to see what, this is running at, stock. So you saw the overclocked value. Again, I want to know, when we look at the overclocks, what are you guys overclocking your 3060s to? Do you have a light hash rate model? Is it a revision 2 model? Tell me what your overclocks, because I'm curious. Can I, could I even squeeze out a little bit more? Can I, rearrange something? Can I change the clocks or the core or the memory? Curious to see what we could do there. But let's compare. We're going to compare. We're doing this a little backwards. We are going to restart the miner, setting everything back to default value. Again, we got to be patient, because for whatever reason, this miner seems to be a little bit slow. I don't know if that's NanoMiner or if that's just mining Ergo in general. We need to go ahead and start a new Hive shell as we've restarted the miner. So that ultimately ended our session to mine. And let's see here, gonna give another refresh. Head back into miner. Okay, so NanoMiner running again. Let's see how long, or if there's just as long of a delay. Okay, so we had to cut the video just a little bit as things were spooling up, and we've got the stock hash rate at 99.641 mega hash. Okay, so yeah, about a 15-ish difference in hash rate between, my overclock and the stock. So definitely reminder to work at and refine your overclock, and make sure you're running the overclock, just because simply not even just the hash rate alone. Look at the power level, right? So we were able to squeeze more than 25 watts down in terms of power level on the card. So quite a bit difference in terms of efficiency. Okay, so yeah, definitely verdict is, I'm loving this 3060 card. I plan to definitely test more algorithms out. Ravencoin is next on the menu, so I hope you guys are you want to see that. I've been getting some questions and some comments on Ravencoin, how efficient this card could possibly be. So that looks like it's up next. But I want to thank you guys for coming by the channel, sticking with me and watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and it helps keep the channel and the content flowing. So with that, guys, I'm going to bid you all a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope to see you next time. Take care all. Bye-bye.